Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the annual college baseball bracket challenge pick'em, where I'm just going to give you the perfect bracket because I know everything there is to know about this sport. But no, just a quick disclaimer. I haven't really kept up with college baseball quite as much as I normally do. Um, so I don't really know. We're still gonna make a perfect bracket. There will be SEC bias because I'm an Arkansas fan, so that's all I've really watched this year. To be fair, like college baseball, how do you even keep up with it other than just like reading articles and listening to podcasts? Because there's no way you can watch all these games. I mean, there's literally no way. And even if they were playing these games on TV, no, I mean, you couldn't keep up with all these teams. And baseball's a little bit tougher because you got some good teams scattered around some random conferences. But anyways, let's get into it. Long intro. We're going to go quick here. Maybe we'll see. Wake Forest, Winston-Salem. We'll start here. So we got to pick the winner, and then we got to pick the runner-up, which I think is dumb. So Wake Forest is the winner here. They're obviously the best team in the country. And then Northeastern is actually a pretty good team. Sneaky team. I think they're like second in team ERA or something, and they can hit home runs. So Wake Forest offensive ballpark, who knows? They could give Wake Forest a run for their money. And number one overall seed has had rough luck in recent years. Here we go down to the Tuscaloosa. What the heck? Regional, where we got Alabama hosting. And Boston College, some people think got screwed out of a regional host, and they might be valid. They might be right. Bama sneaks in to give SEC that record 8 regional hosts. And so I think a lot of people are thinking Boston College is just gonna mosey on down here and win this, but I think not because Alabama, one of the better stories in college baseball, playing with house money, literally. Their head coach put like $500,000 on LSU when they were playing LSU. He bet against himself. That's incredible. That's like top tier degenerate betting stories right there. And so they don't have a head coach anymore, man. They're just a bunch of boys out there playing baseball, and it's hard to match that. And Alabama's actually pretty good. They haven't hosted a regional in I don't think ever, so their fans will be fired up. And I'll have Boston College running up. All right, here Miami. I always fade Miami. They suck, dude. They suck. I couldn't even tell you why they suck, but they suck. And them boys down in Louisiana, they know how to play some freaking baseball. So Louisiana wins the Coral Gables Regional. Here's an interesting one. We got Stanford, the Stanford Regional. That's so, I don't know. I can't tell if that's cool or boring that it's just the Stanford Regional. But this one's tough because Stanford, again, an elite offensive team, but their pitching sucks balls, dude. It's horrible. And A&M has looked really good. They looked really good in that conference tournament. And they had a lot of just random arms pop up and just shut teams down. A lot of good offensive teams. And their offense is also hitting the ball well. So I think I have to go A&M here. I don't really know, man. Cal State Fullerton is also interesting. They always get in Stanford's regional, and we've seen some weird games there. So who knows? But yeah, Stanford's pitching is just going to be an issue, I think. I don't think they can make it far this year because of that. So we'll pick A&M. They're a little bit more hot. That's what it's all about, right? Playing great baseball at the right time, and that's what A&M is doing. Speaking of good baseball at the right time, LSU has not been doing that. They've been all right, but we've seen that they're, they got a couple really good starters. Obviously, you got Skeens, who's been a beast this year, but like after that, you don't know what you're gonna get. I mean, they've blown some massive leads this year. They have an electric offense, but they have blown some massive leads this year. And here's a cool story. You got team 16 and 39 or 15 and 39 going into their conference tournament. And they won it. They are a 19 and 39 or maybe 40, I think 40 loss team in in the field. What the heck, bro? So because I can't trust LSU, and God, I'm shaking so bad. We gotta fix this. Um, we're picking Tulane for the memes, boys. I don't even know why, but it's just a cool story. Why would they not win this regional? Like they were horrible all year, and actually not bad. Apparently they've struggled with injuries, but I don't know. We're gonna have some fun. Pick Tulane, and maybe LSU doesn't pitch Paul Skeens because they're like, oh, we got Tulane. They mess around and lose. Yeah, and LSU will run up. Okay. Now here's another one. Kentucky. I don't really know, man. Kentucky's such a strange one to me. They've been very up and down this year. And then anytime you get a 3 seed from a power conference with 40 wins or more, that is interesting to me. So there's always that random Big Ten team that does well for no reason. I feel like it's going to be Indiana this year. Also, Ball State is a tough 4 seed. I like picking regional hosts to lose when they have to play a tough 4 seed in the first game. So they'll have to throw their ace game one, not be able to save it. So yeah, I'll have Indiana winning that for what. And West Virginia, know nothing about them. Sorry. And then here, I gotta pick Samford. I have to because one of my friends went to Samford, and they're gonna win basically. And it's a revenge. Anybody knows Auburn stole Samford's 2 best players last year, so it's kind of a Samford revenge regional right here. Even though Auburn's been playing really well, I don't know. And then here, Clemson, hottest team in baseball. They get butt sacked. Tennessee down here is going to lose. Tennessee actually is pretty scary, but Clemson's playing better than anybody else in the country right now, so why would I not pick them? That's. All right, over to the right side. We'll start from the bottom. And, I mean, this is pretty easy to me. TCU is scary. They beat us already this year. They absolutely murdered us, but that was the first weekend of college baseball or something like that. Like first weekend of the season. We were still trying to figure some things out. Obviously, 2 different teams, TCU and Arizona. They shouldn't have even been in. This is a weird regional because we got 2 West Coast teams. Arizona should not even be in. But who knows? I mean, they hit the ball well. I mean, Arkansas is going to win, though. And then here's an interesting one. However you say that. Indiana State hosting. This is kind of controversial, They have a good RPI, which RPI is the dumbest thing ever. Not ever, but it's stupid, in my opinion, the way they measure it. And the way they weight it when doing these selections. And I already know what they're trying to do. As soon as I saw North Carolina, they're like, "Oh, we're setting up, the super regional matchup last year." Well, North Carolina is going to be without their best player. Van Toneycutt's not going to be playing, supposedly. And Iowa's an interesting team. I think they could win this too. But for some reason, Indiana State I want to pick them. They have one of the best pitching staffs in the country. And this is a very competitive region, top to bottom. I think every team could come out of this, to be honest. But why not pick Indiana State? Because they're fun. They're the host after all, which, who knows if they deserved it. But we're going to go Indiana State because. All right, let's move on up. Stillwater Regional. Hopefully it's anything like it was last year. That was awesome. Another one that top to bottom, I think this is the toughest regional there is, to be honest. Obviously, Oklahoma State's really good. They almost won the Big 12 tournament. Oral Roberts is a tough 4 seed. They hit bombs. Washington was a top 3 Pac-12 team, which, the Pac-12 isn't great, but they have solid teams, and West Coast baseball is normally pretty good. And then you got DBU, who is one of the better 2 seeds by far. And that's who I'm picking to win this regional because every year DBU seems to, they seem to be this scrappy 2 seed that is a hard out. And they've gotten close a couple of times, but they can never get it done for whatever reason. This is the year they get it done. even though it feels like an Oklahoma State revenge tour. I don't really know, but DBU gets it done this year. And then this is a cakewalk for Vandy, and they deserve it. They won the SEC tournament. I guess they deserve it, but I don't even know anything. These teams aren't very good. That's all I know, and Vandy will beat them. Now ECU, man, I'm doing them a favor this year because I pick them every year. I had them winning it all last year. They can't make it to Omaha, dude. What is up with it? And I tried to talk myself into picking ECU here, and I just couldn't. Because Virginia is the best team has the best team batting average in the country, and is top 10 in ERA. And they're at home. They have experience. I feel like you have to pick Virginia. But it's kind of a rematch of last year's regional that was in East Carolina. So it's kind of interesting. And then you come up here, and you have Coastal, who is also in that regional, who I think will win this one. And that'll be kind of a cool... Was that the World Series? No, that was Arizona that Coastal beat. I don't really know anything about these teams. Duke is decent, I guess. They played in the ACC. Let's keep moving along, and here we go. Campbell. In South Carolina, I don't know how they host. Campbell should be hosting this, not South Carolina. But I think that plays into Campbell's favor because a lot of these smaller schools, they get the host, and it kind of adds to that pressure. Like, okay, we're hosting a regional. Like, are we really this good? Now Campbell gets that excuse to play with an edge and a little chip on their shoulder. And they're going to South Carolina, who has been absolutely atrocious the last 3 or 4 weeks. And not saying that South Carolina isn't a good team, but playing baseball at the right time is important, and they are not doing that. And Campbell rakes, dude. This team absolutely rakes. I got them winning this regional. And who knows? And then Florida, man. Florida got kind of screwed, I feel like. I feel like this is a relatively tough regional for being the number 2 overall seed. And they've had struggles with getting out of the regional, but I think they're too good this year. I think they're a little... Man, I don't know, bro. They're always selling in the regional. This is kind of tough, too. UConn was good last year. I don't know anything about them this year. Tech is always good. All right, that's the regional picks. Let's try. I don't want this to last too long, so let's fly through this. All right, Wake Forest. They break the curse. They do it. Congratulations. You get to, 4 straight years the number 1 overall seed has not made it to Omaha. They do it this year. I think they beat Alabama. They're really good. I think I got to go A&M, right? I mean, they're just playing great baseball, and that's what it's all about. I know literally nothing about Louisiana, except that they're from Louisiana, so they have to be good at baseball. What the hell is this super regional? Tulane and Indiana. Oh my gosh, what have I done? All right, for the memes, we have to stick with Tulane. I think that's as far as they're going to make it, though. And this is probably going to be completely wrong, but if it's right, that'll be sick. Samford and Clemson. I'm picking Clemson. Samford's run comes to an end. Yeah, this over here was a lot more chalk. A lot more chalk, I think, and this was just kind of my wild side. So that's an interesting. You got Wake Forest, A&M, Tulane, and Clemson. What a bracket in Omaha. And then here, Indiana State wouldn't stand a chance in Fayetteville. Let's be real. I'm picking DBU over Vanderbilt because winning the SEC tournament has been cursed lately. And DBU, man, they've been gnawing at the bit for years to get there. I think they get it done this year. Coastal's fun, but Virginia's just too good, man. I got to pick Virginia. And I want to go Campbell really bad, but I got to go Florida. So this is the Omaha 8. You know what? I like it. I mean, outside of Tulane, I think this is very reasonable, to be honest. I think this is very, very reasonable. So, yeah, no 3 seeds, but we do have a 4 and a couple of 2s. And, I mean, I think Clemson, man, I think Clemson's going to win this. Wake Forest, I don't know. They're really good, but this is like the first year they've been elite. And again, it's that curse. And I don't think like what? The number one overall seed hasn't won since 1999 or something. I don't think if Wake Forest doesn't win it all, it was a failure of a season. But I think they come short in Omaha. And then I'm gonna have Arkansas winning this, and they beat Florida. And I'm picking Arkansas to win. And the only reasoning I can give you is this is the least bought in I've been on an Arkansas team in years, probably like 5 or 6 years at least. At least. And so why would this team, it just makes perfect sense for this to be the team that wins it all. This is not even close to one of our best teams in the last 5 years. I mean, their last 5 years, I'd probably rank them third at best, maybe fourth. And this isn't a shot to them. They're obviously still a really good team. Also, I will be out of the country during the finals of the College World Series and probably not able to watch it. So that would just be my luck for Arkansas to finally win a national championship, and I'm not able to watch it. So yeah, that's really it. This was 16 minutes long. I hope I hope you learned a lot because I obviously knew what I was talking about. But yeah, go Hogs, we're winning it all.